criticism for the first time when I drove you back out of Texas. Different feeling in the front room by the fireplace when we sexy. Move the mirror to the bedroom so I can see you only if you let me. Blood all on my H on the rag, I know I'm aggressive. Because of the quarantine, we've been meeting up, going jogging together. Calisthenics, stretching, fitness, preference, kettlebell, deadlift, plyo, metros. Question, tell me, hey, why you so sexy? Nike tights with the Vapor Max with your back out doing core work. Made love and we fuck first night, go to
Hello, and welcome to Women's Wellness Wednesday with your hosts Tireca Bright and Spado.
What's
up,
now?
Spade?
Hey now. What's going on?
All right. I feel good. My week started off a little crazy. You know, I told you what occurred Monday when I woke up. I don't know if I'm gonna touch on it. If the opportunity presents itself, I will.
You should.
But so it definitely started off a little rocky, but I persevered. I didn't let that rent too much space in my head or my heart, and I continued to push. I'm excited tonight for several reasons. I wanted to take a few minutes and to make a few shout outs. So it is April. April is my birthday month.
Hey.
Shout out to all the Aries out there. I also want to take a minute to say it is Autism Awareness Month. So if everyone could drop a blue, green, or yellow heart in the chat, that'd be perfect. Again, it is Autism Awareness Month. So when you make a comment, depending on where we're at, would it put some blue, green, or yellow hearts in support? So shout out to Autism Awareness Month. Absolutely. I also want to take a moment, and then I'm going to give the ball to Spade. I'm going to take a second to, shout out LSU.
Yes.
Some major things went on in the last couple of days, and Spade is going to get into, why that's important.
Ooh. Can we run the clip? Big guy.
Now you have the First Lady saying she's going to invite the runner-up to the White House. How does that feel, knowing that that's never been done, and in this situation now there's an exception possibly being made?
I just know if the roles were reversed, it wouldn't be the same. If we were to lose, we would not be getting invited to the White House. And I remember she made a comment about both teams should be invited because it was sportsmanship. And I'm like, are you saying that because of what I did and that stuff like that? It bothers me because you are a woman at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. White, black, it doesn't matter. You're a woman. You're supposed to be standing behind us before anything. So it's hard to see things like that and not to comment back on it. But at the same time, I have the platform right now where I can speak out, and a lot of people have had my back through it. So I'm proud to be in a situation like this, and nobody's giving her grace right now. Trust me, nobody's giving her grace, and that's why she's trying to backtrack on what she said. So I think Joe Biden had put somebody else to win a national championship. He didn't even put us on his bracket.
Now, okay, so I played ball, right? Okay. And I can understand why they wouldn't want to go, to the White House. Why would it be that the runners-up will go and the champions too? Right? Because
that's some new stuff.
I just think that, her saying we're not going, and I actually like the fact that she said we're going to Michelle's house. Can we come to your house? I probably would have said the same thing. I just think that, her confidence, and she does, like I was watching the interviews and she mentions all her team, players. I like that. She doesn't carry it by herself. She's a team player, and, she stands on who she is. They were saying, oh, she's ghetto, but she did exactly what the other girl did that was white, right. But now she's ghetto, and I just don't think, I applaud her, for noticing, right from wrong. And, I just wanted to take a good look. Shout outs to LSU, because I think that was, big for her. career.
Huge. And I like the fact that you touched on the unity part. Yeah, she's a beast by herself, but like you said, she included her team. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? And they're winning together. So,
And I like the fact that she's like, when guys do it, talk, mess on the court, it's cool. But when a female does it, she's ghetto, she's ratchet, because I was one of them that talked on the court crazy. You know what I mean? I probably got in almost a couple fights. But that's the name of the game. When you're passionate about what you like, it is what it is. You get on that court and I'm talking and all that. Like but I do applaud, LSU for, that great win.
Shout out.
Salute to them.
You guys are awesome. And young lady, Angela, right?
Yeah. Angela. Right. No, Angel. Angel Reese.
Angel. Angel Stand she's from Baltimore, I believe.
Yeah. Yep.
I think that's
she
correct.
Is.
And it ain't too far.
Keep on believing what you believe in.
Yeah.
Follow your own path.
Young lady, whoever it is that's watching, who play ball, who want to aspire to be something great. Yeah. Big E, you can flash that back up. Was it the iCraft?
Yeah, it was the iCraft. Okay.
So we have a special guest this evening. We have Kimberly Harley, who is backstage. She is going to touch on a few different topics tonight. I do want to give a disclaimer. This show we will be touching on domestic violence. It will not be the base of the show, but we will touch on it and the different experiences that some may have had. We are also going to discuss real estate. We are going to laugh and have fun. And
always
there was another, so I think there was talk about an ablation, like just different stuff.
Yeah.
So here we go. Kim.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hello. Welcome.
Can y'all see me?
Yes. We can see you. Spade, give me 1 second. I'm sorry about this.
Hey Kim.
Hey.
What's up? Y'all don't know, this is my beautiful cousin. Blood related. Don't we look alike a little bit? Maybe right. just a little bit. Kim, tell them about yourself first.
Mama too. 2 mama's boys. That's why my Instagram is boy mom for sure. I've been in real estate for about 20 years now. All sides of it, property management, sales, you name it. Married, separated,
What is the reason that you went into real estate? What made you pick?
Being 100% honest.
Yeah.
I fucking hate mornings, and I wanted to do something where I could get up when I wanted to get up.
Oh, okay. Well, at least you're honest. We know that she's going to be honest on this show tonight. That's one thing that we know that she's going to do. And, you said that you did it for 20. Now, did you do different roles in real estate? Was it always just one kind of role that you played in real estate?
No, I did different roles. I started out like conveyancing, which is handling the contract to close aspect of it, making sure things are right with the township and stuff like that. I did property management of HOAs and condos, which is
you got to bring that to Can you explain that?
It's way different than living in an apartment complex, because if you live in a condo or HOA, you own that house. So, but there's like, hey Taz, you go around the property. It's all about like maintaining the property value. So like you can't have certain curtain colors. You can't have your house can't be a mess, because you have to maintain the property values, and every owner owns the common areas as a collective.
And what would you say your favorite role was in all of real estate?
I like sales the most.
Sales? Is that like trying to sell the house?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like going to houses. I like, people just get so excited. It's like the biggest investment they're ever going to make in their life, and then just to be a part of that, I love it.
Okay. Well, I see that, you got into getting a boob reduction.
Yes.
What was your reason for that?
I really always wanted one because, like, for those that don't know me, I was a double D by the age of 14. So by the time I got my breast reduction, I was a double H. And my back hurt. You know, it got to the point where I literally felt like there was a person on my chest at all times. I couldn't, like, when I would go to bed, I couldn't sleep. You know, like I'd be tossing and turning. You can't sleep on your, it doesn't matter. You can't sleep on your back because you have the weight in front. You can't sleep on your front because then it's a big ass ball keeping you from the bed. You know, like you're never comfortable. It was affecting my sleep. I have to get shots in my spine.
You still got to get shots in your spine.
Yeah.
Or you had, okay. And why you got to get that? Because of the back pain?
Yeah, it caused so much strain on my back that I got left lumbar radiculopathy. So yeah.
What a deed only community is. She wants you to explain what a deed only community is.
Okay. A deed only community is just where it's not technically an HOA in that aspect because it's almost optional. You're not paying the additional fee per month, per year, or whatever it is. You're just deeded into a property that at one point most likely was an HOA that people paid into.
Oh,
that was a gem.
Look at
that
you.
Was a gem. And these things people don't know as first-time homeowners or just even in the real estate game period. So it's always good to know the backgrounds, the hacks, if you will, of what to look for and what questions to ask when, you know, in real estate, correct?
Yeah, I mean, one thing as a buyer, just so you know, buyers don't pay commissions. So a commission is paid to the seller, or the seller's is paid from the seller to the seller's agent, and then the seller's agent splits it with the buyer's agent. So buyers don't, I know a lot of people come up to me and be like, oh my God, I can't afford you. You're not paying me anything. You know what I mean? Like the seller's agent is actually paying me. So I tell people always interview your agent, like ask questions. You want to know what they can do for you. You know what I mean? Like I'm honest, like I'm not just going to chase the commission check. I'm not going to just put somebody in a property just to put somebody in a property. I've had people where I've talked them out of properties. Like we both know that's not what you're looking for. Like you're just getting tired of going from property to property. And I get it. It's cumbersome and it's a lot. You know, you're taking off from work, your weekends, whatever, but it's literally a huge investment. Don't just buy to buy. Like that's just not the way to go.
That's thorough.
Thank you.
Because some people will just be like, here, you know, they won't tell you this ain't the house for you, and you know, so that is actually
the commission check. You know what I mean? And I mean, I'm just not like that because I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing that I just put somebody in something, put them in something. And the other thing I say too is, you know, most of us, our parents were baby boomers. So back with them baby boomers, they'll try to talk you out of it. They'll be like, oh, you got to have 20% to put down. You don't. There's so many mortgage programs out there. Like I'm doing a deal right now. It's a 97.3. The bank is giving 97%. So the buyer's only putting down 3%, you know, and that's not even FHA.
Do you have to have good credit for them to do that?
So to get a 97.3, yeah, you definitely need to be at least above, I'd say a 660, 665. Okay. But for FHA, which off the rip is just 3.5% down, and FHA is a government-backed loan, and you just need a 580. FHA starts at 580. And the other thing, like, talk to a mortgage person sooner rather than later, because if it's something on your credit that isn't quite right, they're going to tell you. Like you go in there and you say, I want to buy in 6 months or I want to buy in a year. They're going to pull your credit report and be like, okay, you got to get rid of this, this, and that. Make a payment arrangement with this one, that one. You know what I mean? Like they're the ones lending the money. They're going to tell you exactly what you need to do.
Okay. Yeah, they want to know. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I think there was Big E had a question. Okay.
Said I was bringing these out today.
What markets do you feel are prime in this current market?
Right now, to be honest, it's more buyers than there are houses. It's not quite a buyer's market or a seller's market because the feds raised the rates to what they did. It's just kind of at a standstill. 6% seems really high, 7% seems high, but if you talk to somebody that bought their house in the 80s, they were paying double-digit interest rates. So it just seems high because since 2008, we got used to, a certain interest rate. So it's basically they raised the rates just to try to stabilize the market. But right now, to be honest, it's really not a hot market anywhere. It's just at a standstill because buyers are nervous. They don't want to pay 6-7%. Sellers are nervous because they think if they put their house on the market, it's not going to sell because there's nobody that's willing to pay that high of an interest rate. So, I mean, at this point, like I'm to the point where I'm door knocking, like I have a buyer. Do you want to sell your house?
Yeah, basically.
That's crazy.
Another great question. What is the difference between what HUD requires a 580 and banks that require more than a 580 for an FHA loan?
So FHA is HUD.
Wow.
Okay. So
it's just FHA just means a HUD-backed loan, and it's basically an insurance. It's telling it still goes through a traditional lender. Like if you're going to Wells Fargo, Citadel, whatever, like that's still your lender. But HUD or FHA is just insuring the loan, saying if that person defaults, then we insure it, and you'll get at least this much back.
As a real estate investor and owner, I think that people should really understand exactly how points work in relation to interest rates, as well as some people can get suckered in like that.
You're right. So basically, points are a way for you to buy down your interest rate. Me personally, I am not a fan of points. I'm never ever going to recommend it. It's more common with your big banks like your Bank of America's, your Wells Fargo's, and stuff like that. A lender, not every lender, but most lenders are going to try to push points because that's more money in their pocket. They work on commission too. So if you're paying points, then, they're walking away with more money. I recommend going to, like, when you see those little small mortgage companies, they're brokers. Go to them as opposed to a big bank, because what they do is they shop the rate. They have more leeway. The big banks don't have as much leeway. So what Wells Fargo will do is say, this is our interest rate this month is, let's say it's 8%. So they tell all their loan officers that you can push this mortgage for 8% or get people to buy down loans or buy down their points.
Yes, but many lenders require more than 580 for the FHA. Why is that?
Because they're not, it's not an insured loan, so it's riskier. So whenever there's more risk, they're going to want a stronger credit.
Okay.
And FHA and HUD loans were created to put more people in homes. That's why the whole program started.
I know you know your stuff.
Sharp with it. She
Dang.
on it.
You're like the dictionary of real estate.
It gets annoying.
It's good to know that this woman is educated. She's empowered by her knowledge, and she's not gatekeeping. She's letting us know what the resources are, what's out there, and what to look for. So we salute you for that. A lot of us don't know lot about credit. A lot of us don't know about purchasing homes. I'm not speaking for everybody, but when you find or come across a person who's willing to give you the information, absorb it, take the note, and then, advocate for yourself and ask your own questions and start your own journey on home ownership.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm sure they'll post like on my social medias or whatever, but
for sure.
Like, trust me, people hit me up left and right. I don't mind answering questions like at all.
And that's the thing is that, you know, sometimes when you ask questions, people be like, just act like they got an attitude. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ask questions, sometimes people are like, oh my God, like, why? You know, damn, I'm just trying to figure it out.
And I really don't know. Like, I'm asking because I don't know. What's that term you're using? I ain't never heard that before. You know what I mean? So I need to ask.
Yeah. The thing is, real estate essentially is a I, me, my business. We're all independent contractors and we're all in competition with each other. So that's why, and time literally is money. So that's why a lot of times they'll give you an attitude, you know what I mean? But I just look at things different. Like, if 5 minutes is going to make a difference for my paycheck, then I ain't deserve it. You know what I mean? Like, what is 5 minutes to just answer something, you know, off of the top of your head? Like, help somebody else out. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
So we're going to switch gears for a second. Spade, I want to get into this Spade roundup she got going on. Beebs, she's going to ask you, excuse me, I know Kim for a long time, so that's an endearment name. I apologize. Kim, I still don't understand. If the government set the score at 580 to help those who traditionally do not have the great scores, why is it not honored by lenders?
So any lender that you go to, whether they have to honor the 580 if for an FHA loan, they just do. It's conventional loans where they don't have to. And I mean, it's not the best situation ever, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's their business. So they can set them at what they want to set them at, you know. And in my opinion, personally, I think a lot of banks are hoping that people don't know. They want to get you into a conventional loan because they're making more on that. They want to get you to, you know, get your credit up because like it's easier for them. You know what I mean? Right. And it's less risk. FHA is it's a government program, and not all lenders offer FHA. Like, not all of them have because it's a specific software. You have to use a specific type of appraiser. Like, the standards are completely different. And it has income requirements too. Like, you can't make more than a certain amount of money to qualify for FHA. You can't gross $1 million a year and then go and get an FHA loan. Like, that's, and FHA is not going to lend for a house that costs $1 million, but they will lend for a house that's $200,000, $300,000. I believe it's up to like the mid 400s that FHA will go up to.
And that's a nice size home, you know, $400,000 home. Yeah. That's a nice size home. Mm-hmm. So let's get into Speed Spade. We're going to do Speed Spade, then go grab lunch, and then we'll, you know, get back in the swing of some other things.
So Kim, these are random questions. You know, some of them were picked because I do know some of the things that you may like or not like. So, but they are random. There's no right or wrong. You just got to pick, and you got to be quick. All right.
No thinking. Just say
them, and they're going to be very random. So don't. Okay. And people in the audience, in the comments, you guys can answer the questions if y'all want. You know, just to participate. Okay. All right. Chicken or fish?
Fish.
Brown or white rice?
Ugh. White.
Light skin or dark skin guys?
That's a hard one for me.
Come on. All
right, light skin.
Beard or no beard?
Beard.
5'10" or 6'3"?
6'3".
Homebody or do you like to go out?
Homebody.
Smoke or drink?
Drink.
Red or black?
Red.
Spicy or sweet?
Spicy.
Loud or quiet?
Quiet.
TLC or escape?
Escape.
Fly or by boat?
Fly.
Angry or happy?
Happy.
Light liquor or dark?
Dark.
Vibrator or dildo?
Vibrator.
Kids or no kids?
Man, fuck them kids. No, seriously. Kids.
Single or taken?
Single.
Africa or Dubai?
Do what?
Africa or Dubai?
Dubai.
Paid in full or set it off?
Set it off.
Good. You did good for the most part,
Good
Kim.
job on the speed round. Thank you.
Lost me with that rice shit.
That's why
I think brown
the whole
rice
thing is
should
to
be
throw you
put
off. I
back
want
in
to
the
throw
dirt.
you off. That's the whole
Yeah.
point to do it.
Tiff is single. Dad says Dubai. Tiff says Africa. Okay.
Just to get yeah.
You know what, Taz? I love TLC, but I like singing. So Escape's got the stronger voices, so I always gotta go for the singing.
TLC is I'm TLC all the way.
No, you know, not me so much. I'm with Escape. I think it might be my 8. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, we doing waterfalls and all that over here.
Wrong, you know what I mean?
We doing TLC over here, waterfalls and all that.
As a singer, I gotta go with the singers. You know what I mean?
With the vocals.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're dabbling into Go Grab Lunch. I just want to give a small intro and a recap on what we've talked about thus far. We started out by giving shout out to LSU. We love what the young ladies are doing. We love the empowerment, you know, standing on your own too, and also just that, you know, they're doing great things like major. And these young ladies are just in college, so their future looks really bright. And we see y'all, and we salute you, ladies. It is also Autism Awareness Month. All of April, I asked that we all put some hearts in the comments, whether they be yellow, blue, or green, in support of Autism Awareness Month. We have our special, beautiful guest, Kimberly Harley, here to touch on some various topics. I didn't get a chance to get into the disclaimer, but I will. And then we'll go into Go Grab Lunch. So we will be talking about some triggering experiences, but we also want to be solution driven, and we also want to be positive in some way, depending on where you are in your healing journey, if you dealt with some form of domestic violence. So we will touch on that this evening. We won't spend too much time on it. We encourage wellness, you know, whatever journey you are in or what you have been through, if you have experienced domestic violence. So Go Grab Lunch. Go Grab Lunch is something that Spado and I have adopted, created, originated, in the hopes that we are giving an act of kindness weekly to a young woman, a young lady in the audience. We want to salute you. We want to say we see you. We want to say thank you for joining us here on Women's Wellness Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes you may need to order something at lunch with the coworkers, and you got the car note that's due, and you might not be able to afford it. So lunch right now is not a priority, but the car note is. So it's just a small gesture to say we see you, we love you, and use it for what you need it to use it for. So, I really like this platform. Thank you for the invite, Kim. Absolutely.
You know I love you.
So, shout out to your nephew. So right now, Spade, are we having Kim pick our guest?
Yep, Kim. Okay. You can
our
Kim,
special
you can
guest,
go ahead and
is gonna pick somebody in the comments who's been interactive, who has shown up.
Hold up.
All right.
Hold up. It's always a hold up. It's always
like,
nah.
Hold up. So what's up, Big E? Let us know what's up. Ask what fellas is joining. All right, if we have some fellas
join for the team.
If we have some fellas in the audience, my producer is referring to, are you going to match what me and Spade put up? We put up a dub. Are you going to match that dub? One episode we had 4 women win, and if you do the math, that's $80. So we had some men stand up about 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So Big E,
you already know
he giving up his dub. So that's
40
on the table. Kim, you have the easiest job ever. You pick someone in the audience. And what we're going to say is if they won before, it's okay. That means they've tuned in. That means, they stuck out to you. Yeah. And, you choose who you choose. And we thank everybody for showing up each and every Wednesday at 6 p.m. So go ahead, Kim. 2 people.
All right.
Matter of fact, hold on.
As a matter of fact, I'm doing 40. Fellas, step up. So all them ghost fellas that's watching, you know what I'm saying? Because
we're going to need you to step up.
So what's that 3 people?
I'll throw a dub. Okay.
Star.
Okay. Shout out to Star.
80. All right. That's 4 women. Let's go. It's my birthday month. It's Star.
Star lady. Yes. Shout
Yeah,
out to
she's a
Star.
lady.
She's a big booty lady.
Yeah.
She is.
Definitely Taslim.
Okay.
And anybody in the audience in the Chester area, my girl's running for school board. So
Okay.
make sure you get out there and vote.
All right.
Definitely.
We got somebody who's saying they got a dub.
Okay, that's
All right.
Cash. That's my
Okay.
business partner, y'all.
Nice.
Hey,
Thank you.
that's a bean.
That's my guy.
That's a bean. That's $100 tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. We
That's $100 tonight. We gonna bring Star on. Maybe not tonight, but
She
we
ain't gonna
definitely
come
gonna
on.
bring Star on.
Well, I
Let
can't
us,
pick
I love
Star.
Star.
Okay, so Denise Miller. So I got Taz, Denise Miller, Nene. Who
Can we
else
run
did
them
I
comments
say?
back so she can
Yeah.
see?
Oh, I saw Toya. I think this is her first time joining, so I want her leaving with a good impression.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's add Toya on there. All right, and then Lynette.
All right.
We got one more, right? We got one more.
There, she picked 5. Didn't you pick 5?
She picked 5?
No,
okay.
I picked 4.
Oh, 4.
Okay.
So there's one more.
All right, Indigo.
Indigo.
Here we
All
go.
right.
Here we go. Thank you so much for participating and Go Grab Lunch, Kim. I hope that you take this back and let other people know what we're doing here. And if they could tag us when they decide to do that awesome gesture, we would love that. Let them know if they have any questions, what it means and what we're trying to do. We're trying to reach the masses. If, you know, like tonight, our producer, he put it up there. He shouted us out. 5 women, that's $100 that we are literally giving away as an act of kindness. No strings attached. We thank you guys for showing up for us. And, you know, we're going to keep doing women's wellness at its finest. Let's run down the names again. We got to run down the names
who'd you pick?
time. Go ahead, Kim.
Okay.
One more time.
Taz, Lynette, Toya, Nene.
And
Who
Indigo.
was the 5th person?
And Indigo.
Indigo, okay.
So you guys reach out to Spado and she'll make sure you get your dub.
Just request the dub. Just request the dub.
It's as easy as that, and we'll make sure you get it. All right. So thank you for participating and Go Grab Lunch. We're gonna switch topics. I'm gonna go ahead and lead this. Like I said, this could be triggering for some. This could be triggering for many. So I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna ask for grace, and I'm going to let Kim lead with an experience as well as a triumph that she has you know, went through with her domestic violence journey and what it meant to her. Kim?
I mean, for me, I think like I don't regret too much. I think that everything we go through is to make us the person we're meant to become, but make sure that you constantly self-reflect. And that's what I take from it. So anybody that I'm choosing to date, I know what to look out for. You know, like people they usually assume domestic violence can always be physical. It's not always physical. It could be alienating you from your family. You know what I mean? Like if you got a strong family and they're there for you, that really, really bothers somebody that's trying to take over your life. So red flag.
Okay.
Push him out, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't care what he says, not flowers, not jewelry, not nothing. He's not changing. These are not toddlers, okay? This is not the Build-A-Bear workshop, okay? Like, this is a grown-ass man or woman, because believe me, women can abuse men too. Right. Like, it goes both ways. And I don't know about you, but I'm done with toddlers. Like, I'm not about to raise nobody else's kid. Like, you're a grown-ass man. You know what you're doing as well as I know what I'm doing. So you thought about this. It's in you. It's innate in you.
These are choices. There are many levels of domestic violence, speaking from experience. Yes, Miss Denise, there are. And verbal abuse, Toya, is another huge one that people seem to think, oh, well, he just talks to me crazy. No, ma'am, he is disrespecting you, and that is a form of abuse. Yeah. And you need to address it. You need to...
your triggers.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
go ahead, Kim,
your
the triggers.
If somebody is like constantly pointing out, like even if it's subtle or nonchalant, pointing out what they know you're insecure about, like that's a way to start controlling your mind. So, you know, like you have to start from within, and no weapon. Like, I give nobody no power over me. There's nothing you can say. You know what I mean? Because even my insecurities, I'm good with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ain't got no ass. Guess what? I don't care.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing you could say to me that is going to hurt me anymore. But it took experience for me to get to that point.
How long did it take for you to really level yourself and say enough's enough? I need to do this for me. Was it prior to your children, after your children, if you don't mind me asking? When did you say enough was enough? And you know,
in general, or just with the person?
In general.
I'd say like my early 30s, like before I had Francis. That's my youngest, for y'all that don't know. It was really like before I had him, and really when I met, you know, Frank, my husband.
Okay.
So he was just, you know, super supportive, and he helped me work through a lot of things that I had a lot of issues with.
That's a hell of a man. Yes. Emotional abuse, unfortunately, I would rather take than physical over the emotional and mental. Now, I don't tolerate either, but took a while for me to get there. Absolutely. As you know, speaking from a person who was in a domestic violence situation as well, it is a process. And, you know, triggers do occur, situations do occur. And, you know, depending on where you are in your healing journey is how you respond to things. You know, it just really depends on the situation. Physical, sexual, psychological, economical, yes, are the top. That is true.
And even like the physical aspect of it, like I don't even like care about that anymore. You know what I mean? Like what used to get to me is going back to the emotional side of it, like using those things that were already in me, that already bothered me. You know what I mean? Like at one point I had a loaded gun in my mouth, and I told him I was, you know, he was like, "What you gonna do?" I said, "Shoot. You gonna do it. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm not, do it. Just do it.
Yeah. I'm not about this. You're not taking my mind from me. I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not begging you for shit. You know what I mean? When it's my time, it's my time. I'm not begging. So if you about to shoot me, shoot me. You know, but even that, like, I can look back on that and be like, I mean, it is what it is. But the emotional stuff, that's the stuff where I'm like, damn, how did I let anybody get in my mind, my psyche? Like, that's my safe space. Your skin is exposed to everybody. Bruises, they can be seen, they heal. And your emotional stuff is interior. And nobody's supposed to see that but you.
And that's the thing, is that some ladies, you know, will cover it up. You know, will wear makeup so that the family doesn't see. Will, you know, do these things so that people don't see what's actually going on, because their intentions aren't really to leave.
Right.
You know, like
that's because they aren't at the point where they are done. I shared this on a different platform. And I still, to this day, you have to be ready. You know, there was many days I drove home and I was like, all right, this is it. All right, I swear to God, if he's in there, I promise you I'm doing this. I promise you I'm doing that. And I didn't. And it could have been a gamut of things. Why? Scared, whatever. It could.
Or you make excuses of why you just aren't going to do it.
You do. And that's the bottom line. They were excuses. And but I was also in a hurt place. But you have to have, you know, enough strength to say enough's enough. That's not an easy thing to do. You have to make the decision. You know what I mean? And like I said, I called my aunt. I said, listen, he's gonna, I know what he's gonna do. Just call my phone. If I don't answer, that means I'm right with what's happening. Just come here. And lo and behold, it happened exactly how I said it was going to happen. Why? Because I continued this cycle for a long time. But that day, I was done. And I never went back. You know, and I
you have to be able to say that you're done.
You know, you have, and it's hard to say that you're done.
Very hard.
Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that it took the second time, the third time, and probably a year.
And a lot of it's pride. You know, like, I know for me, I was really, really prideful. Like, I didn't want to have to go back to my mom's house. I didn't want to have to, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, let me just keep this hidden. But it's one person in my life that no matter what, like, I keep it all the way 100 with, and that's my sister Jamie. You know what I mean? So
Jamie.
like when my final time, it was crazy because my neighbor downstairs called the neighbor across the hall. They bust in the door. They called Jamie. Jamie came in there gangster, like what's about to fight the whole apartment complex. Like Jamie was like, She was calling them all types of names. She was like, you always want to hit a fucking female, you know, like that's my dog. You know what I mean?
And it's so good that you had that person, your sister, that confidant, that safe place to go to lean on. And like you said, she came through the door busting. And that's how it should be for every woman in your life. When you get a phone call and you know, you hear the terror in someone's voice, it's not fake. It's not for fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not for fun.
I mean, I was passed out. Like I was unconscious at the time. So, you know, like I'm finding out like most of this, you know.
I think the hurt of someone saying they love you, someone saying that they care for you, someone that's supposed to protect you. Right. You know, that is enough to just break your heart anyway. And then you think, you know, he wouldn't do this or she wouldn't, you know, do this to me. And it's just a phase that you're going through. So you go back. Why?
And
it's
you
because
know what's crazy?
You don't want to believe that person would do that.
And the crazy thing is, I was trying something different. Like anybody who knows me knows I love me a convict. So I met this dude and I'm like, all right, he ain't got no criminal record. He was in the military. I'm like thinking I'm doing something right. He was ugly. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try me an ugly military dude real quick. He the motherfucker that tried to kill me. I'm like, your ugly ass. Could you imagine? I'd have been up in heaven pissed off. Like, I'm going to all the men I know with criminal records, and it's this motherfucker that wants to take my life. You know what I mean? Like
of all the stupidity. You know,
Star.
I'm down with pulling up on a nigga. Des, slow down. We ain't, I mean, we all right. Everything.
Rick, I want you, if you feel comfortable, I do want you to share what you know, what you recently Monday.
So Monday, I woke up, thank the Lord. I woke up and took breath and I opened my instant messenger. I always check Facebook. I check YouTube. I hit spade, blah, 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 blah. So I see my messenger and I see my former abuser in my inbox. And it took me off guard. Completely took me off guard. Now, this is 13 years ago. I don't have no ill will towards nobody. I'm not a rowdy individual. I'm a humble individual. So I don't really hold hate for anybody and not even him. And just want to make that clear. So when I received the message, it doesn't matter what it said. I went to tell my fiance for a few reasons. One, because everything came rushing back. I might have been scared for like 6 minutes, maybe 8. Only because, not that I'm not protected, not that I'm not secure, not that I'm not any of those things.
Flashback.
Is that I once went through that, and it's you who did it.
Yep.
So sometimes, so when that happened Monday, it threw me for a loop. And, you know, again, I don't have any ill will towards this person. I forgive for myself. And I forgive for that young man too, just because that's who I am. But it behooves me on why you would reach out in such a way. He's reached out before and not in a disrespectful way, but this particular way was a little different. And, you know, they bantered for a message or two, and then my fiance just blocked the whole thing. And, you know, I say all this to say it was a lot. But
what did I tell you, Reek, when you told me? I said, you know what? That mean that you on the mat.
Oh yeah, that means they see me. I meant to tell Big E that. I meant to say this podcast thing might be doing something because
how would he know?
But then it also made me think that, do you still think I'm that weak person? So it took me back.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't really I'm gonna see what Shadi's saying. Oh no, you didn't see the setup when you're happy and at a place of peace doing what you do, making moves. The devil is going to send the loop, especially in Aries season. Shout out to my good sis. When I tell you, we probably share the same, like it's wild, but I'm okay. My man handled it the way I needed him to do, and I still don't have no ill will towards this young man.
I
did 13 years back.
But I think that when people forgive, you have to forgive not for that person, but you have to forgive for yourself to move on.
Absolutely.
You know, like a lot of people think that, because a lot of people think that, oh, well, you don't want to, you shouldn't forgive this person. In order to move on completely, I have to forgive this person because they're taking up too much time in my head if I don't forgive them,
And let me tell you, dude got
for
so
him, like I don't want him to hold that ill will. Maybe he's ashamed, maybe he's not. I don't know. I don't hold nothing. Just give me peace. Just give me space.
See, I'm a Leo. I'll shut the door.
Shout out to Leo
again. Like I don't care. You know what I mean? But for me, like, dude went so far. I blocked him on social media. This guy tried to reach out to me on Yelp because everybody knows I like Yelping and reviewing restaurant. Like, fortunately he's dead. I don't care. I be looking down at Lucifer like, thanks, bro. You know what I mean? Like taking him. I knew he was gonna die. Like I did. So. Right. I'm good. I don't lose no sleep.
What they say, Rick, God don't bless no mess.
God don't bless no mess, Spado. I put that in the text real quick. And Kimberly, I'm gonna send you something to review. Awesome. Okay. We need all types of products to review. Angry OG is
hello.
So I want to say that don't let your past have any control of your future. Definitely look into iCraft Mart. They got some awesome products. You'll love everything on the site. I can't quote everything, so I don't want to misquote it, but definitely check out iCraft Mart. But yeah, don't let your past hold you hostage. My triumphs through that situation is I still don't hold no ill will. If I seen this individual in the street, would I speak?
No,
I don't know. Probably not. But just
I wouldn't let you. So no.
Right. Like no. We're not doing it.
It's not about any power. It's just about that I'm good. Like I don't care. I moved on in my life, and I urge everybody to do that too. If your past haunts you in such a way, seek the help that you need, seek support people. Always be, go to your safe person. My safe person is Timothy Davis. He definitely provides a safety net. My friends, my family. So if you're in a domestic violence situation, no matter what it is, know that you have help within us. You have help with hotline numbers. Salute to Tim. There is help out there. And like I said, I called my aunt. I have 10,000 of them, but I called a particular one that I could trust. Spade, references her aunt often. She has plenty, but there's this one that does the need for certain things. And, find that person for you and get the help that you need.
Because
I got 8 million sisters and 20 million nieces. Like, we squad deep. So what's up?
Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, you just have to, one thing about healing, it's a process. It's not easy, but
you have to, it's you. Like,
self.
We beat ourselves up because we're like, what could I have done different? What, maybe I just wasn't talking to so-and-so the right way. That's a them problem. Yeah. You can only focus on you. Fix you. Like,
say that again. Say that again.
Like you can't. That's a them problem. Like you cannot fix anybody else. You can only fix yourself. So if you want to know like what you could have done different, don't go through it. You know what I mean?
Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think that a man can change if he hits you once?
I don't.
You don't think that there's a chance for a change?
I don't. I
haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet.
Well, I mean, so I look at it like this too. Like one is in you, but you have to understand that different people have different triggers. I've dated somebody who has put his hands on every female that he's been with, except for me. You know what I mean? Like, so it's something about me that's not triggering for him. You know what I mean? Right. And then it could be like that with other dudes. Like, you know, I'm not going to put nobody on the spot, but like, it's a lot of people I know that have done it to females, and even like I know certain family members, but it'd be that one that they're not going to do that to.
Right.
It might be in him,
and that's sometimes that's sometimes the part that gets you mad. It's like, you know, sometimes when you see, you're like, why didn't they do it to this person? You know, but they did it to me. You know, and that is frustrating because it's like, damn, like, am I that type? You know, is it me?
Do I wear a red sign
well
that says I'm
you?
Like, what is it? And like, what do you see a sign in me? And it, I know what Kim's gonna say. No, that's not it. But like, I feel like what Tay is saying. Like, do you see like, oh, like about Monday, 13 years ago, I've evolved all types of stuff, married with kids. Do you still think I'm that weak? Like, I'm offended a bit.
Like, out of all people, why you coming to me?
Yeah.
But sometimes it's not necessarily weak. It's fear. Like, it's control. Like, you might trigger something in that person. Like, damn, this is the one person that is not obedient, that I cannot control. So it's frustrating. You know what I mean?
That's true. That is true, because a lot of times if they can't control you, you know, that's a big trigger. That is definitely a big trigger. I mean, I just want to say to the ladies is that, you know, if, you know, try to heal yourself. You know, don't settle for less. You know, than you deserve. And if you are going through it, you know, if you're going through it at this time, you know, just confide in whoever you need to, you know, say some prayers. You know, just be happy for yourself. Don't just rush into another relationship just because that man rushed into a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, you actually take the time to get to know yourself, love yourself, treat yourself. Self-care is going to be all, you know, to say that you're enough.
Right. And don't dwell. Don't dwell. Just learn. Like, you know, I look back on it. I'm not sulking. I'm not, you know what I mean? It's, all right, that was past Kimberly. You know, this is present Kimberly, and I'm only concerned about future Kimberly. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I can do.
Same thing. And the fact that it came about so recently for me, and I'm cool. Like, you just brush it off. Like I said, it probably rented space for about 8 to 6 minutes, 6 to 8 minutes, because again, it was a really traumatic period in my life. But it was more the question why. You know, I'm ugly, I'm this, I'm that, you know, don't nobody, like, you know, all that stuff I remember, but why now after 13 years? Like, what do you?
Because he clearly sees certain things.
Yo, John.
Makes you the person you are today, even if growth.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, your past is going to make you who you are, you know, now.
I want to play the devil's advocate. I don't and won't put my hands on a woman, but I've seen instances where I see why it happens. And
I agree. I do agree. I mean, you can't just listen. You can't be putting your hands on people.
My father always said, don't hit nobody you don't expect to hit you back. Yep. You know, that's why I'm an advocate for men and women, because women can be abusers too. Because if you're going to sit there poking and prodding at that man and attacking everything you don't want him to attack about you, when he gets fed up and backslaps the shit out you, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but like you prompted that. You provoked that.
Yeah.
So it goes both ways. Everything we do, every interaction with any other human, we have to be considerate of that human as well, and how they're going to take anything that we're giving.
Yeah, that is true. Because I think that a lot of times, you know, and I'm one of them people that just, I'm not, you know, I don't call, you know, well, a girl, it's only girls. Women do this shit. Right. They will, you know, they will hit on you, and, you know, and so I can't say that I can't say that I'm not like, you deserve some things that you, you know, not deserve, but I can see why it happened. You know what I mean?
I don't know, ladies, I'm on something different. I feel like even if I'm poking and prodding, that don't give you the right to mug the shit out me. That don't give you the right. Like, I just don't.
I mean, it's not right.
It's not right, but
it's not right, but it will happen.
You understand that
there's a difference. It will happen, but that doesn't mean it's right.
No,
right,
hell no.
exactly.
No, we don't. Yeah, I don't think that it's right. But I also don't think that it's right for you to keep on thinking that you can do certain things to him, and
totally
that
agree. Totally,
you're not
agree,
gonna. You know what I'm saying? Like you
there's
can't
a
do
lot
that
of shit
either.
that I shouldn't do. There's a lot of things that
Because
I
if
shouldn't
somebody
do,
hits, my
putting
cousin,
your hands
my
on me.
son, or anything else, I'm on them. They ain't gonna have to do nothing. Because
Totally
I'm on their
different
ass.
situation. My whole twist is what you're saying is right. What I'm saying is it doesn't warrant you to put your hands on me.
I don't think you should put your hands on nobody.
I'm poking the bear. I'm wrong for poking the bear. But it doesn't warrant you to mug this shit out of me. It doesn't.
No.
That's my
But
I think that everybody should keep their hands to themselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's also a moment of self-reflection. Like, what is that person doing in your space that you feel the need to keep poking, prodding, angering, and everything like that? Like, y'all are just toxic.
I was about to say,
together.
Something better yet, just leave. One of y'all need to leave. So if I'm doing a poking, I should self-reflect and take a chill pill. But sometimes when we're up here, we don't think
you gotta in certain situations you have to leave.
The other person can just be like, you know what, she's doing the most, I'm out, because I don't want to mug this shit out of her. So there has to be, it's not right, but you still have to be respectful of the other person's personal space. Absolutely. Walk away.
Listen, walk away sounds good, but when you in them moments, man, not walk away isn't always a thing.
You should keep your hands to yourself, and then you can't be all in his face acting like a man. I absolutely agree.
And that's why, like, now I'm controlling the energy around me. If you bring that out in me, that's a me problem, and I don't need to be around you. So now I'm removing myself from your life as well.
And that's the response and that's the take that I take on it. Like, a lot of people want to make the excuse, well, you shouldn't have been in that grown man's face. That's true.
Yep.
However, that grown man shouldn't have cocked his fist back.
And don't call me.
Exactly.
and that's the thing. But there's ownership on both parts. Like you said, if it gets that heated and you feel as though you want to hit me, you should leave.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So there's no excuse for somebody. Oh, she just.
But you gotta know yourself. You gotta know yourself too, because a lot of times the reason why I'm leaving is because I know I'll fight back. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether I win or lose, I'm throwing. So at that point, know yourself, because if somebody puts their hands on me, I'm not going nowhere.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to fight. So before it gets to that point,
excuse your behavior in the situation, but there are men that aren't equipped with that. What you mean? I've heard some women be like, to be hit or say, I will fight my man. Yeah, I don't. That's weird shit. I ain't into all that. I don't want to fight my man.
I know, right? No. And I'm saying, what I'm saying is that I will defend myself.
Or drop the link or something. Because excuses, no.
Who? Angry
OG, I wanted him to explain what he meant.
Can you drop the link? I'm just saying that I'm just saying, know yourself enough that if it gets heated, hurry up and leave, because if you hit me, we're fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't.
But some women aren't. Because I know I can't beat no man. I'm not going to try.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. You got to leave first
to be level-headed enough to walk away. You got to be careful. Absolutely. Yeah. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I know every woman is not gonna. Everyone, like, even if I'm doing the poking, I shouldn't be doing the poking. I'm saying that. But what I'm also saying is, as a man, if you can't control yourself and be like, damn, I'm about to sock the shit out of her, let me leave, then that's a problem for me. And you should be able to control yourself. So no, I don't think it's an excuse. Just because I'm poking, that means I give you the right to sock me? I don't know.
Can't argue around the kids. Yeah,
never
the energy and that
admitted being wrong for the way you interacted by poking him. Some men don't have that restraint. Okay, well then that's unfortunate. Then like, I don't know what else to say to that. Like, all right.
I mean, I just think that, knowing yourself is the most important. Man or female, just know yourself. You have 4 boys and a daughter, and you're not going to win. This shit's going fast.
I don't think couples should argue in front of anyone, period, whether it's his or not. Like, I know I've been in certain situations where, you know, family members have thought like, oh, you're not addressing this situation. I'm addressing it behind closed doors. Like, that's the person that I'm with. So, Toy, I see what you're saying, but I mean, I just don't think couples should argue in front of the children or people, period.
Well,
it's
I think
not
that
everybody's
kids,
business.
I think that kids, first of all, they pick up on that energy, you know, like, you know, it's not a good thing for kids to see. You know, sometimes things happen in the spare of a moment that it just happens that way. You know what I mean?
But if you can, that's what I'm talking about. Sorry about that, Spado. Because then he is no longer a man and now becomes a pussy. Period. Yeah. So it's like, like that's why I couldn't really. Men and women should have the same amount of restraint. Absolutely. But me running off at the jibs and just, you know, nagging like, excuse me, women, with all due respect, nagging or poking like we do, then we do that. But that doesn't, I'm not, just because I'm nagging, my mouth is moving, but not my fist. It doesn't, they don't match. The two don't match.
I don't think it's a men or a woman thing. It's in us.
A situational thing.
Triggers, period. Like, it's human nature. You know what I mean? Like, you could have two kids and one kid makes you yell more than the other one. You know what I mean? Like, it's just human nature. So it's not a man or a woman thing. It's just, again, about controlling your space and knowing yourself. If you know that certain things that this person says, does, whatever, is bringing that out in you, y'all don't need to be in each other's space. It becomes toxic.
That's my point. That's my point. There's no need to stay and continue to get, you know, all worked up, but then you love this girl. If you love her, leave. And then,
I mean, it does sound good, y'all. It does. What? When you're in them situations, man,
reason goes out the door.
Yeah.
But you know what? That reason can go out the door. But when I was in a situation, I literally told Bull, like, yo, like trying to make reason in a crisis. And I spoke on this before. So it could occur, you know, when shit's starting to get real serious. Ding ding, yo, chill. Like,
that's true.
It's a little crazy now. If anybody can resonate with that, like, I don't know.
You know what's funny though? You started this show about shouting out LSU, right?
Yeah.
So my very last domestic violence incident was over an LSU game because I don't watch sports. So that's how it started. He was mad that I went and watched the LSU game because he was from Louisiana and he went to LSU. I don't give a fuck. But I guess that triggered him. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, I think everybody has triggers. The thing is that, you know, when you know somebody well enough, you know what them triggers are. You know what I'm saying?
So talking about John, I know women who whoops a man's ass and only because she knows he won't hit her back. Now that's corny. Like,
that's corny.
Like
that's corny.
But again, like, why now the man in the situation? Why stay for that if she's whooping your ass? Here go Jim.
Read that out loud, please.
So what about those instances when women constantly say hurtful things of a personal nature, like women, literally shit sometimes like, that's why my uncle touched you in front of everybody at the family reunion. That's not like,
wait, what?
I mean, that's just not right. Period.
Period. That's not.
The whole takeaway is
like, like she's a nut. Yeah, she's definitely a nut toy.
I mean, the whole takeaway is period. Like, everybody, like Taya said, keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah. Because I think that, you know, if everybody, you know, walk away if you can. Walk away if you can.
Walk away if you
know.
can.
And like I said, I wish that it happened like that all the time. It doesn't happen like that all the time.
It does.
But if a girl gonna keep on hitting at a nigga just because she know he ain't gonna hit him back, that's nutty.
Yeah, that's
exactly
weird.
You know what I mean? You need to leave that chick if that's the case. Like, that's just not one of those things. So I'm glad that we got that straightened out. Of how you know about the triggers here, because
and what some red flags are, and in all seriousness, seek help. There is help out there. There are hotlines out there. We're out here. A private DM is all that it takes, and we suited and booted. Deandra, if a woman triggers you and you want to fight her, leave her ass. Period. Leave
Yeah.
her.
Because not only that, you know what end up happening is sometimes a woman triggers you and you could go to jail.
So
you know
that's
what I'm saying?
me too.
So
like I don't want to be locked up.
Right.
Let me
I'm
tell
not
you
talking
though,
about
the
the nigga.
tide
I'm
is
talking about the
changing.
dude.
The tide is changing because after my incident, this dumbass called the cops because he tried to say that I hit him back or whatever. So the cops, before they placed an arrest, they came and checked both of us out.
But this
They
is my
wasn't
thing,
just
right?
automatically taking either one. They wanted to see like who, you know what I mean?
But this is my thing: is why put yourself in a predicament to be with somebody that could possibly get your ass locked up because you know she or he, whatever, you know, they're what they're because it hit you. Why? If I can't deal with nobody that's going to put me in that kind of predicament. That if it gets like that, and you know that it could get like that, why should I even be with you? Because I could go to jail, or you could go to jail. You know, if it get like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be with nobody like that.
That's controlling your peace. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not putting myself in certain situations anymore. But that's, you know, you got to learn yourself. You got to self-reflect and figure out like the type of space that you need to be in. That's going to make you the most successful you.
I'm not going to jail. I know
jail,
that's
period. I don't want to go to, you know, because if I pick something up, listen, if I pick something up, hit you across your the back of your head, you fall and bump your head and you die, I'm done.
Right.
That's it.
I'm done. I can say
and I don't want to be with nobody that pisses me off that bad. Like, because now you're taking my peace of mind. You know what I mean? Because instead of being productive, I'm sitting here plotting on how the fuck to get away with killing you. You know what I mean? That's not helpful to anybody. So
women will follow you down the street with the nut shit, hide or take your keys so you can't leave playing games. And I'm not saying this right, but some women be buying that shit and then playing victim on some super manipulative, goofy shit.
That's true.
It's true. I mean, there's bad eggs everywhere. It don't matter what you are. Like, there's bad
but
eggs
that's what I mean. If you know you're dealing with if you're dealing with that kind of person, you know, you could really hurt that person. You know what I'm saying? Well, like my keys, my car, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pissed off and I'm going to smack the shit out of you.
Like Jim said, that's a goofy person. I'm not going to, like, I don't know. Like, my livelihood, my keys, my windows, and all that.
I got to get the work you playing.
There's different calibers of women too. Yeah. So if you're dealing with that type of caliber woman that don't know who get, you know, so you got to know who you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Get away from that woman. Yeah.
And it goes with any relationship, even your friends. Like, if you got a friend that y'all keep butting heads all the time, constantly arguing,
toxic.
Y'all ain't meant to be friends. There's a difference between having a different opinion and butting heads and arguing. Right. Like, y'all don't need to be friends.
Yeah, you just need to just try to end it if you can. Is the bottom line. I'm good.
And I always also say people only do what you allow. If you allow nut shit to go on, nut shit will occur. When you put your foot down and you say you had enough, it normally stops.
Yeah, that's
true. People will only do to you what you allow them to do to you. I mean, at the end, that's all it is. So
when you're trying to leave, like legit trying to be the man doing the right thing and go left, he should be labeled as a pussy for getting physical because he has broken.
He has a breaking point. Well, if she's getting that, I feel like if she's getting like you have to, at some point you have to walk away before it gets physical. Because like I said, you're going to jail if you fuck her up.
And that was my whole thing.
If this is like just hypothetical, but my suggestion is call your local precinct, have somebody sit at the house with you while you packing your shit up. Because homegirl sound like she got some issues.
And that's a selected few. Like, that's not all women. That's just maybe the woman you got right now. And unfortunately, she's taking you through the motions, Jim, and she's not letting you gracefully bow out. And that sucks.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, when people don't, and that's the thing, like people sometimes don't let you just bow out. Sometimes that goes like that.
Thank you for coming, Miss Morales. So yeah, where are your glasses at? First of all,
he put you on the spot.
Drop the link for Jim.
Oh, come on.
First of all, the whole twist is it's not even about my glasses, Jim. Don't start your shit. Like, I don't feel like it right now.
Drop it for Jim. Are you kidding?
Gets on my nerves.
But yeah, I just think that I think that we just have to learn to walk away for things that don't serve us.
Right.
You know, I think that that's the biggest thing. If you really, I don't have time for this shit. You know, some people make time for what they want to make time for. So if you want to argue and go back and forth with somebody, but
Then
some
you
people be
will.
like, I ain't got time for it.
And it goes for family too. Because let me tell you, blood, love you, you know what I mean? But if you don't bring me peace, I will cut your ass off too. Like, I don't care.
You got to
whoever it is, friend,
it's
family, whoever.
And that's wellness. You know, you need your cup filled up. My girlfriend Lynette was, we were talking today about filling your cup up and your cup being half full, and you know, who's responsible to fill you up, because you're always pouring out. And it's a give and take, and you need people in your life to do both. I'm not doing any arguing. I know that's right.
You know, they say that opposites really attract.
No point.
I think opposites really attract. If you got somebody that's like, you know, if you got somebody that's a hothead, they need to have somebody that's kind of quiet. You know, you can't put two hotheads together and think that it's going to be peace. There's going to be no peace. I
used to be that woman until my ex shot at me, had me rethinking my whole life. I would say that was some nut shit. Yeah, it hurt her soul.
Yeah, it hurt your soul.
Yeah. Shit. Thank you for sharing that. That was a very transparent moment. I'm glad that you survived, Deandra, and you know, and so yeah, when you go through experiences like that, there's no thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that.
Opposites do attract, Star. You're right.
They do.
Yeah. Because you can't have two hotheads, you can't have two quiet people. Y'all boring as shit. You gotta switch it up.
You gotta get the spice into it. You gotta get the spice into it.
Just a little bit.
Ladies, we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna wrap some things up. I wanna thank everyone for joining us tonight. We'll be back next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Kim, thank you so much for the transparent moments. Yes. All our winners, please request the Cash App to Spado. We'll take care of you. We'll repost and salute you in that way.
Why don't you do a recap of today's show real quick for everybody that came at the end?
Oh, and tell them about my website too, Reed.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, no, Kim, you can tell them about the website, but I'll do the recap. All right.
Okay.
So here we go. We started tonight at 6 p.m. We shouted out LSU, the great women of the basketball team and everything that they're doing. We salute you, ladies. Stand firm, stand tall, stand on your, all your 10. Believe in what you got going on. We talked about Autism Awareness Month. It is April. Shout out to all the special, different, beautiful people we have who have that diagnosis. If you could now put a yellow, blue, or green heart in the chat in support, we would greatly appreciate that. We also discussed Go Grab Lunch, our special feature at 6:30. We had a ball with that. We had 5 winners.
$100.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's a bean that was given out tonight on the big exclusive network. None only as a giveaway. Straight random acts of kindness. Dope. We had the men double up.
We had women putting up that money.
Shout out to Star. And whoever out I missed that definitely put up the bread for Go Grab Lunch. We love what it's doing. We want to continue to do it. We touched on domestic violence. We gave a disclaimer, and as I will now, for those who I encourage to go watch the replay. We touched on some stuff tonight. Transparent moments from every lady that you're seeing on stage right now. So the respect is due. Spade, I respect you and thank you for sharing. Kim, I respect you and thank you for sharing. And shout out to myself for staying strong, for staying tall, and just being a survivor. It's definitely a challenge, but we all go through our journey. And that's what we touched on tonight. Next week, I think our special guest is actually in the audience. I don't know if we want to drop that, but we got something special for you next week as well. Kim, can you tell us about your website, and then we're going to wrap things up?
Okay, really quick. I have a justice reform for wrongfully convicted people. So the website is shattereddreams.com. It gives you the story of the case that I'm working on right now, but there's also a link to submit other cases of people you might know. Is Dreams with a Z. Sorry, Big A. So yeah, and definitely check out the website, share it, and all of that stuff too. My real estate website, if anybody has questions, is just KimberlyHarley.com.
That's easy.
That's boss. Look,
doing boss moves.
All quick change. Spade, did you want to leave anybody with something tonight?
I mean, thanks for tuning in. Every Wednesday supporting us. I love y'all, and I'm glad that you guys are with us through this journey. And we look forward to giving y'all more and more. Every
and
Wednesday.
one more thing.
Go ahead, Kim.
My partner Cash.
Mm-hmm.
Cut off.
Yeah. No, you're on. You're on.
No, you're on.
My partner Cash, he logged in, and just so y'all know, we have all the off-market real estate deals, home improvement, cleaning services, you name it. So hit us.
Hey, you're doing it all. Rick, is there anything you want to leave us with?
So we are gonna meet backstage. I had a fun time with everybody tonight, and thank you for joining us here on the Big Exclusive Network. Good night.
Good night. Kim, don't hang up.
Okay.